Hi guys, my name is Tanika and welcome to Financial Growth. I've decided to open up this platform today mainly because as a young person, I've always tried to strive for some sort of financial success. And as I seem to be understanding the process a bit better now, I just think actually, like, where would I have been if other people didn't pass on their bits of wisdom to me? So, to be honest, I just want to give back what I have learned. So, sit tight, grab a cup of coffee, maybe hot chocolate, whatever you want, herbal tea, chai, even. But sit back and we will begin. So, first of all, for me personally, as a young person, I've always had the desire to firstly purchase a home. That has always been my desire from a very young age. And to be honest, I don't even really know what was the catalyst behind it. In all honesty, I don't know if it's because in as a young child, I always saw certain people in my family striving for that, and so it's kind of been passed on to me. Or I don't know if it's because they've certain people in my family have always said, like, just make sure you get your house, make sure you get your house, um that thing that is yours, that one thing that is yours. So maybe that's what it is, I'm not too sure, but either way, that is a massive desire that I've always had from a very young age. And so I can thankfully say that I'm almost there now. Like, I'm literally just trying to dot the I's and cross the T's, so to speak. And in the next few months, hopefully, I will have a video about it. But the journey has not been an easy one. So I don't want to just sit here today and just be like, oh yeah, it was easy, I'd like just basically walked into it. Or yeah, that was not the case. And I feel like as though many people don't talk about the changes that they've had to make. Some people, lucky for them, didn't have to make any changes, but me personally, I had to make quite a few adjustments in order to reach that goal. And for many people out there, especially during this time of COVID-19, by the time you're watching this video, maybe it's not COVID-19 anymore. I'm not too sure when I will post this video, but for this time, there are a lot of changes, a lot of factors are being changed in people's financial situations at the moment, simply because there is a lot of uncertainty in the economy. So me personally, my journey to where I am financially has always been about changes. Prior to COVID-19, it's always been about changes. We have to learn. I'm a strong believer that we have to change our ways in order to know what works better. There's always options that can work better than what you're working on right now, if that makes sense, or what you're using right now. There's always better options available at some point. It might not be right now, but in a month's time there might be a better option in terms of, I don't know, a better savings account that you can use, or there's a current account that offers more money for switching. There's always more options available. So the first option I would say that I did, or the first thing that I did, was I looked at all of my accounts. I looked at all of my accounts, and I thought, actually, what can I take away? What can I remove or reduce in order to lessen the amount of money that goes out? Because at this point, there wasn't really much option of increase in my income, so I just had to decrease my outgoings instead. So one of the things would be, I had this insurance on my mother's washing machine. I no longer live at home, but I had insurance on her washing machine because I had purchased it, or had probably helped purchasing it. I can't really remember, to be honest. It was so long ago. So I just cancelled that because we didn't need it. To be honest, I didn't even know I was paying for it, so clearly we didn't need it. That wasn't much. That was about £3. Made the decision to stop upgrading my phone. I'm not a technical person. Tech does not get me excited. If anything, it kind of instills fear within me. I'm just literally a grandma wrapped up in a young person's body. That is literally who I am. And so I just thought, actually, I don't use all the options available on my phone. So why am I upgrading to something that offers me more options when I don't even use the ones that I've got? So I chose to use SIM only, which I think personally was a massive, it was a great choice, 100%. It was a great choice for me. It reduced my bill massively. Right now, I only pay £14.45. So £14.45 for texts, unlimited texts, unlimited calls, and not unlimited data, 10 gig of data. But the thing about my phone is I always know someone who's upgrading their phone. So a lot of the time they don't do anything with their old phone. So I just take it. Obviously, I don't take it without their permission because that would be called theft, and that is very wrong. But I take it. I ask them, hey, do you want that phone? Are you planning on selling that phone? I do offer money depending on who it is. So, but a lot of the time I'll ask people who I'm actually really cool with, where I kind of expect them to say, no, don't worry about paying me. If they did say, yeah, can I have such and such, then I would give them such and such. Or, of course, as long as it was a decent amount. Or, my cousin, he gave me his phone recently. I just chucked some money into his account and said, hey, this was for the phone. Like, yeah, I can't get a phone with that amount that I gave him, but I did want him to know that I did appreciate the fact that he gave it to me, because to be honest, he didn't have to. He could have sold it. He's techie, he's savvy, so, but he chose not to. He chose to give it to me, and there are some good people out there who are like him, so hold on tight to those people, okay? The second thing, or one of the other things that I've done actually, in terms of reducing the amount of money that went out of my account, I chose to stop shopping at certain shops, such as Tesco's, for example. Tesco's is a great store, and I started shopping there when I moved out of home. And for me personally, I had to walk down every aisle. As soon as I got there, it was like, actually, and to think about it now, it just makes me cringe, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, all that money I wasted. But literally, I would go there with no list, and I just felt, I don't know, I just felt as though I had to walk down every single aisle. So that is literally what I've done. I walked down every single aisle, and I think there's about 18 aisles or something like that. And or 20 or early 20s, I can't remember, but I walked down every single aisle, pick something up, put it into my trolley, and then I would head to the till. And each time I was so gobsmacked by the amount, because this was my weekly shop, and I would spend about £80 for about a week and a half. £80 each time. And I remember the first time I went to the till, I was just like, okay, when you're a bit too ashamed to put the product back, it'll just be like, actually, can you take that back, and that, actually, I don't need this either. It was just like, okay, here's my card. Yeah. And I went in elated, and I always kind of left a little bit deflated. So yeah, this person said to me that I should try Aldi, and I just remember responding to them saying, oh, actually, I'm not sure about the quality. And they responded and said, actually, the quality is literally the same. It's literally the same. All that's different is obviously the name of the shop. It's literally the same, and obviously certain brands you can't get there, but it literally tastes the same. So to be honest, as of, was it January? I think it was January 2019. Yes, it was. As of January or December, actually, 2018. But it fully started in January 2019. I just decided to give up Tesco's and shop at Aldi. And oh my goodness, £30. Going from £80 to £30 per week. What a massive difference that made. So yeah, I fully recommend shopping elsewhere. If you're shopping at somewhere like Waitrose, if your budget is not Waitrose budget, come on now, come on. Like, you need to be cutting that. Just go across the road. Go to don't go to Tesco's. Go to Aldi. Go to Lidl. You know. Also, what I also had done was, I'm not really one for clothes shopping, but I did tend to like wander through stores sometimes and be like, oh, that's cute, that's cute, that's cute. I decided to kind of cut that out, only because that encouraged spending. Not that I was a big shopper in terms of clothes at all, but it did encourage spending. So I kind of cut that out and just went when I needed to go, really. Another thing that I had done, this was quite drastic, in all honesty, and to be fair, I think it came at a really good time because natural hair was kind of the thing. It kind of felt like a thing that was coming through. So yeah, I decided to transition from relaxed hair to natural hair, and during that transitioning period, I didn't wear braids. I just literally wore my hair, and I'm not going to lie, it was awful. I looked awful. Literally, like, the top of my roots would be like really thick, and then like my ends would be really thin, and it was not nice. It was not nice. I'm not gonna lie to you, but sometimes you have to do something temporarily in order to get a permanent, excellent result. Do you see what I mean? And so I firstly wanted to save money. I was tired of like having to relax my hair, which was costing me about £45. Then I had to treat it as well, which was costing me £40. Then obviously like I wore weaves. That cost me like a lot of money. Like the cost of a bundle of hair is no joke. It's literally not a joke. So things like that I totally cut out. So obviously I was transitioning my hair. I didn't put any braids in weave. I didn't wear wigs anyway. So literally I had no cost apart from the cost of treatment every 3 months, which was £40. And sometimes I would just treat it myself as well, because obviously it's transitioning. It didn't need the attention to care or attention of care as it once would have needed if it was relaxed when there was chemicals in it. So yeah, I did that. That saved me lots of money. Obviously now my hair's natural, it's growing back. It's been about a year since I big chopped, and it's growing back quite nicely, to be fair. I would say that I'm going to insert pictures of how it was when I first cut it, but I'm not techie at all, so guys, just bear with me, okay? Like one day you'll see the pictures. So yeah, that's another thing that I done. One thing that I would try and discourage people from doing is trying to get like the latest car, or get a car on finance or lease. It's not needed. It's not necessary. But at the same time, I can totally understand if you do, simply because you don't want a big whack of money coming out of your account. But at the same time, do you truly want, I don't know, 100 something pounds worth of money coming out of your account, or 200 pounds worth of money coming out of your account every single month, on top of your MOT, on top of your service, on top of any fixtures that you have to do, on top of your road tax, on top of your insurance? Like, is it worth it? Are you living in your car? Like, I truly understand if your car broke down and it would have cost a lot of money to get fixed, and you didn't have the money at that point to get it fixed. I totally understand that, and I would say if that is the case, just try and go for the cheapest option that there is. That happened to me when that happened to me basically, and I had very little option but to go for a lease car, PCP car. So that's where I pay a certain amount each month, and then at the end of those certain months that have been allocated to me to pay each month, I then have a balloon payment to pay at the end. And to be honest, I really do begrudge paying each and every month. I'm not going to lie. And when my car breaks down, I do begrudge that as well, because I'm just thinking, actually, I pay this amount for this car every month, and I still have to pay for fixtures, MOT, service, anything, everything. I just personally don't think it's worth it. As long as your car gets you from A to B, what more do you need? As long as it doesn't constantly break down, you don't need the latest car. You really don't. But I suppose it's difficult if that is your thing. But sometimes you need to look at the larger goal. You need to look at the bigger picture. Your house is what you're trying to get, or your finances are what you're trying to fix. You need to look at the bigger picture. Not easy, I know, but you'll thank me later, 100%. In terms of current accounts, one thing I would say is get your free money. Like, so many accounts offer the option of switching to them for a certain price. So recently, in March 2020, the year that we're in, I switched my account to NatWest, my current account, simply because they had the offer of switching to their current account for £175. So I switched to them, and they paid me £175 for switching. And the switching process is so easy. You literally go in there with your ID, any documents that they require you to have. Normally things like just proof of address, proof of ID, and I think that's basically it. And you just tell them, yeah, you want to switch. Obviously, they have you sign in a document saying, you know, you're authorizing them to switch your account to their account, basically. And then the money's in my account. It's all done. All the direct debits are done for you. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to chase any direct debits up. Like, it's all done. It's literally all done for you. It's such an easy process, and you know, it really does annoy me when people don't realize how easy it is. I'm really passionate about this because it's free money. Get it. Everybody needs it. Most people need it. I need it. So just get it. So yeah, that's one thing I've done. I constantly look for these new deals. Also, prior to NatWest, actually, I was with TSB, and they basically gave me £5 for having a certain amount of direct debits. I think it was 3 direct debits, and £5 for using my debit card, I think about 3 times for the month. So these were 3 direct debits for the month, and 3 direct debit transactions for the month. And that is so easy when you think about how many times do you touch your debit card in the shops. Like, how many times do you do a contactless payment? Or even, it didn't even need to be contactless, but I was just saying contactless because right now no one's touching the PIN pad at the moment due to COVID-19. But how many times do you do that a month? You probably touch it 3 times a day. So I just thought it was a no-brainer. That's £10 free each month. So of course I went for that when they had that. Then that ended, so I thought, okay, let me switch over to NatWest. And to be honest, I've been with NatWest for 6-7 months now, so it soon will be time to start looking again. Another thing that I done, a savings account. Savings account. I needed a savings account where I could not access at all, because there's always something that needs doing. There's always something or somewhere that you need to go or want to go, or there's always something. But having a savings account that you cannot touch guarantees that money will still be there. No matter what comes or what you desire, the money will still be there. And that's the important thing. You need that. When you're trying to reach goals like buying a house, you need that. When you're trying to reach goals like ensuring that your children have enough money for, I don't know, to go to school, or to go to some sort of private school, or whatever it may be, that money is there. So that is something that I'd done. I opened up something called a lifetime ISA. There we go. A lifetime ISA. And that basically is for people between the ages of 18 and 39 is when you can open it, and you can pay up to £333.33 into each month. And the government, and then 25% gets paid in. So the max that you can put in, yeah. So anyway, I had one of those accounts. I still have one of those accounts. It's kind of frozen at the minute because I've put in all I can for this financial year. But it literally helps so much because they, like I said, they put 25% into the account of what you've put in. And then you can use that for the purchase of your first home, or you can use it for your pension. So it doubles up. You can use it for your first home and or, so both, and or you can use it for your pension later on in life. So I just thought, actually, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's killing two birds with one stone. So why not? So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Also, I've got another savings account just in case, you know, because you, like I said, you always have those emergencies, your car, or you know, you just a bill that you weren't expecting, or I don't know, like the boiler, or something else, something big just happens when you just really need it not to happen. So I've got another savings account that I can touch, and I put money both into the one that I can't touch and the one that I can touch. I put more into the one that I can't touch, but I definitely put money into the one that I can touch as well, just because at the end of the day I will need it. There's no point not putting much in it. So yes, that is all I have for today. But if you have any questions, just let me know, and post comments down below, guys, down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.